Hey, welcome to the Blueprints to Buildings podcast. I'm your host, Glen Palmer, and in this show, we interview the movers and the shakers in the world of property development and real estate. This show is sponsored by PropTech Metaverse Solutions, a new way that's changing how developments are visualized, marketed, and sold, and removes the need for outdated 3D models. We use this tech to save property developers up to 11% on construction costs, increase off-plan sales, and save between 8 and 12 weeks of concept timelines. To find out more, direct message me on LinkedIn at Glen Palmer Secure or look in the show notes below. So today's guest, we have Benaiah Rowlings. He is the founder and the CEO of Z Homes in Ghana. And he also runs Z Stays, which is a fast-growing short stay rental arm. So he combines real estate and hospitality in one unified vision. So Ben, it's an absolute pleasure to have you on the show. Welcome, and yeah, let's dive in, shall we?
Thank you. Thank you very much, Glenn.
So the first question I asked every single one of my interviewees is if time travel became a reality and you had a chance to go back in time for when you started your career, what advice would the person that you are now go and tell your younger self?
I would obviously say ask a lot of questions and learn to collaborate. It's one of the greatest that the one of the challenges I had starting this years ago. It comes at especially in Africa, you're told that you've got to do this yourself. You've got to build things yourself. But in other scenarios, you obviously need everyone. You need partnerships, you need people, you need collaborations, and these factors and these things is exactly what I would advise my younger self.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with you there. Collaboration is key in any industry and anywhere that you want to grow and perform. Collaboration is one of the key fundamentals in growing any business. And it's that nature versus nurture. You've got to nurture your relationships. The more you nurture your relationships, the better the outcome would be. So, Ben, with Z Homes serving buyers, renters, and now obviously the short stay renters via Z Stays, what is the biggest challenge that you face keeping all of those moving parts aligned and delivering value across each of those segments?
Sorry, say that again.
So, what's the biggest challenge that you face in keeping all those moving parts aligned and delivering value across each segment of your C homes, servicing buyers, servicing renters, and now the short stay renters?
Obviously, turnaround time. It takes so much time to link everything together,
Yeah,
and yeah, it's been something that we've been working on, and obviously in Africa where everyone has to be pushed. It's not as if we have people who know what they should do. If we did have that as of now, things would move on a bit more quickly.
yeah,
But our greatest challenge is just having to tell everyone every time and time and again exactly what they should do, and people not able to do things more quickly and respond to certain situations more quickly like they should. It's one of the greatest things we've been facing
yeah,
right now.
yeah. And then, so with regards to that, in Ghana and West Africa, how do you see the sort of real estate and the hospitality sectors sort of evolving in the next 5 years? Especially when, it comes to the rise of all these digital platforms and people being able to buy from anywhere in the world. How do you see that developing in the next 5 years?
Obviously, there's going to be a lot of progress. We've seen this in the last few years. especially in Lagos, Nigeria, and in Accra, Ghana. I've also traveled to Kenya, and it's pretty much amazing what's happening, not just in West Africa, but in other parts of East Africa. Real estate is fast developing, and not just building standard homes, but we'll begin to see trends of newer and smarter homes that inculcates not just brick and mortar, but AI and Internet of Things in some of the appliances. I don't know. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Is that
yeah, I
okay?
can. Yeah, we can still
Okay.
hear you, no problem.
Okay, okay. Yeah, so yeah, so we're just, homes are just been really it's just, the progress is it's been on an upward spiral,
Hmm.
and builders are becoming smarter, and I think what a common trend right now is builders and developers building homes with a greenery perspective, where there's a lot of trees and a lot of plants are being added as a great future for some of these houses. So
Yeah,
yeah, there's a lot of potential in the next 5 years, and in comparison to the last 5 years, I think the next 5 years is far going to outpace and outweigh what has happened in the real estate industry in the last 5 years.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, and with regards to the Ghanaian market, so what regulatory infrastructure or indeed trust issues slow down those deals and deter new investors? And how do you work around them when it comes to Z homes?
Well, obviously, real estate is a developing sector in most of the African countries, which includes Ghana as well. I mean, we can't say we have a very proper and robust, sophisticated, and well-regulated market, but what
Yeah,
we can say is that we're doing our best, and there have been certain improvements in the past couple of years in how transactions are done and in how real estate is being performed. In those times, one of the greatest challenges, which still is, but it's on a the it's being improved right now, is litigation,
yeah,
right? And obviously, it's very common, not just in Ghana alone, but it's common in most African real estate markets, the real estate markets in many African countries. Litigation is something that is notably one of the greatest deterrents for real estate investment and purchase in these African countries.
yeah,
But as a professional and consultant, there are a lot of homes being built, a lot of lands being purchased, and if you find a way to go around them, if you find a way, do proper diligence and working with the right people to navigate these hurdles and these challenges.
yeah,
Yes, once there is that infrastructure, which is also created, some of them, of course, created by the government
yeah.
to aid buyers and investors make the right decisions, and also infrastructures that we have created ourselves as real estate professionals and brokers, having to know the right people. So when the buyers and anyone interested in performing real estate in Ghana, when you work with us, we know the right people, and then we direct you to the right persons to go talk to, and we direct you to the lands which we know are most genuine, and then you can go ahead and make investments and make a purchase. So that's
Nice.
how we help people to navigate the entire real estate process, whether buying a land or buying a real estate property.
Yeah, excellent. How much of the government how much influence do they have over the legislation and that sort of stuff? Is it pretty self-regulated or does the government regulate quite heavily?
Yes, the government regulate quite heavily, uh, in all sector in the entire real estate sector.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
when you market properties, you know, especially the ones that are off plan or under construction, how important is it for your clients to see those immersive visuals or maybe even walkthroughs before committing? And what gaps have you noticed in the current tools that are out there? Now, as AI has exploded. It's gone crazy. The technology out there is really ramping up and really ramping up quickly. The visualization tools are getting more and more advanced. So basically, what gaps have you noticed in the current tools that you're using, and how important are immersive visuals for you in your field?
But visuals are very important, obviously, especially they are more important when marketing off-plan properties than it is to market already built properties. What I mean, some of the gaps, or not, uh, if not, the greatest gap in advertising homes and marketing properties through these digital platforms or uh, uh, any of the tools being provided by the digital platforms is virtual reality,
Yeah,
right? Yeah, the inculcation of these two give buyers sort of like a real experience as to what the home look like or will look like. It gives them the feel to um, be in the home, be in the home, without being in the home. You know what you can understand what
yeah,
I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
That they get to understand, all right, this is I'm here. They have a feel of it. They see how the entire room is furnished. They see the real size of the property, the real size of the rooms, and they can have a fair understanding of how certain placements and fixtures and fittings and where to do all of that. It gives them an idea, and then
yeah,
it also helps them to make decisions like, does this suit the kind of lifestyle I want? I think it's better enhanced. I think I'll just say these two, which is virtual reality, if being prominently used in all of these platforms or in these digital platforms, it just helps buyers to it enhances the buyer's decision as to what type of property they want and
yeah,
what property fits
yeah.
their lifestyle.
And they can
So
they can sort of tailor their look,
exactly.
to their own tastes, and it can be built. So whereas you're building a building and then it's a house, but there's empty rooms and you can't really visualize what these rooms are going to look like. You can take these visualization tools. You can put a sofa in the corner. You can put lighting in, and it can really transform and helps them just visualize what their dream home is going to look like. So, you already bridged the real estate and the hospitality side of things. Now, if there was a platform that lets you actually integrate visual storytelling directly into the listings or your clients' presentations, how do you think that would change your sales or your guest conversion process?
Actually, it's obviously going to change a lot. Like I said, the market in the market, both real estate and hospitality industry isn't too sophisticated when it comes to digitization, AI, uh, all of these tools in a market in properties or services. But obviously, we need them.
Yeah,
And another thing to mention is all of these things can be expensive right now because it can cost a fortune to add it. It's one thing having the technology, it's one thing owning the technology. The
yeah,
subscriptions out there, and it's a bit too high for the average market to know that.
yeah,
But of course, if we have a lot of these tools, it always obviously going to change the entire buying process, whether buying properties or using our services. or using our services in hospitality, any of it, because then it helps people to know beforehand what they're going to what to expect, and what our services look like, and what um, experiences they're going to be having if they choose to work with us.
Yeah. Yeah. Excellent. Well, that's it. You're happy to know that's it for today's show. An absolute huge thank you, Ben, for being on the show,
Thank you. Thank you
and for
so much,
joining
Glenn.
us. Absolute pleasure having you here, and learning from your experience and your insights, and especially into the African market and the Ghanaian market and how they view property. And of course, thank you for the listeners as well. So, as a reminder, this show is sponsored by PropTech Metaverse Solutions, new way of changing how developments are visualized, marketed, and sold, and removes the outdated need for 3D models. If you would like to learn more, feel free to reach out to me directly on LinkedIn. You'll find the link in the show notes below. Thanks for tuning in to Blueprints to Buildings. I'm your host, Glen Palmer, and I'll see you in the next episode. But before I leave, Ben, um, do us a favor and just give a shout out to Z Homes. Tell them what it all is about, and Z Stays. Yeah, just the floor's yours, buddy.
Thank you, thank you so much. So these days is it's a Ghanaian-based real estate consultancy. We are a group of professionals that help buyers and prospective investors looking to invest in the Ghanaian market make a very informed decision in either buying properties or buying lands or investing in real estate, in any type of real estate in Ghana. That's what Z Homes does. And Z Stays is sort of like a subsidiary of Z Homes, where we help people looking to stay for short term, or like an Airbnb sort of service for people who looking to stay in Ghana, anywhere in Ghana for a few days, a few weeks, or up to a month. Of course, that's one of the things we do for guests.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the bit about us.
Excellent, excellent. So, if any of my listeners are out there and they want to come visit Ghana, they know who to contact. So,
Absolutely.
again,
These
Ben,
days, Z Homes or all of the socials
yes,
online.
awesome. Thank you very much. I really
Thank
appreciate
you.
it,
Thank you,
Ben,
Glenn.
and we'll see everybody in the next episode.